Absolutely no wasting of time this morning because we got a lot to talk about. Good morning, Shauna. You're early. Good morning, Shante. Shauna, beat you to it. Normally you're first. Lisa, good morning. I didn't get my good morning message from you this morning. I was wondering where you were. Um, oh my gosh. What a day. What a morning. I'm like a spider. I'm juggling this morning. Messages, phone calls. It's a crazy day. It feels like it's my birthday all over again. You're just waking up, Lisa. You had a hard night, a long night. Mr. Train Man had you busy or something. What have you getting up at what time? 10 a.m. on a Monday? Okay. Anyways, welcome. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, Trisha. Thank you so much. Good morning, Jackie. You been... Good morning, Jackie Douglas Adams. Good morning, Hermelin. Good morning, Joan. Oh, it's a holiday today. Oh, what holiday is it? Good morning, CJ. Good morning, Laurel. Good morning, Jennifer Duncan. How are you? How's Boston? CJ, thank you so much. Good morning, Carrington. Good morning, bro. On Thursday. Why Thursday? Anyways, I'll hold you to that. Good morning, Derek. You still owe me my birthday, so I'll double up. Good morning, Brush Don Pear. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Terrence Wells. Terrence, what going on with you these days? You just MIA. Morning, Shireen. I had a great weekend. Coming in quickly, guys. Good morning, Debbie, Crony, Latouche. Guys, I'd really appreciate if you guys can join me in again saying condolences to Debbie. Her mom passed on the weekend. And of course, Debbie's always here with us in the room and also a friend of mine. So I'd really appreciate if you guys join me in extending condolences. It's never easy losing a loved one, especially a parent. And I sure don't I'm not looking forward to that ever. But it's life, it's part of life. So, as much as you expect it, you're never prepared. So again, anybody who will probably lost a loved one, also the family of Mr. White. So his daughter is posting yesterday that he also transitioned. So just want to extend sympathy and condolences to all who lost loved ones, family and friends. All condolences to you in your time of grief. May you find strength in their memories and continue to keep them alive in your hearts. All right. So much happened on the weekend. Um, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shireen. Queen Bee, thank you. Ingrid, thank you so much. Raven, Vanny. Um, Jackie, you see I'm ignoring you. Why you keep calling my name? I'm trying to ignore you this morning. Morning, Glendolyn. Sonia, thank you so much, Sonia. You're truly a gem. Thank you so much for your love and support all the time. Laura Lewis, thank you so much, everybody. But let us drive hard. I don't think people always say that I'm always speeding with my music loud. I don't drive hard. Thank you so much, sis. Salvan, good morning. So I saw Jacqueline posting pictures, but I thought those were like December old pictures, not realizing that she was actually here and had the audacity to be screaming out my name on um on the main road at whatever time was it? Like after 10 at night on a Sunday night. Where could you be going on a Sunday night? There's nothing happening. But anyways, you know your onions. I guess the car wash is back in operation. So now it's good to put your mouth in man and woman business, eh? I don't know when I'm gonna learn. Leave people to fight their battles. When they come to you about a man, just listen and give them a shoulder to cry on if they need to, and don't tell them nothing about their man. Don't tell them nothing about their woman. Because when they go back and they leg in leg and two eyes make four, you're the topic of conversation. You know, she told me to leave you, or I did not tell her that, but I'm just saying, just in case people get ideas. But that's what they usually say. You know, so and so tell me to leave you. I don't know what to do with you still because Jean tell me to leave you because you this, you that, and me. I know one time with all your and all your makeup and things sweet again. I've learned that lesson a long time ago. Just listen, offer sympathy, a shoulder to cry on, and just leave it at that. Because when y'all make up and y'all nice again. Bobby, Ramesh, what up? You good? Seems as though you had a quiet weekend. You didn't consume alcoholic beverages. Anyways, yeah, don't put your mouth in man and woman business at all. Kizzy, good morning. Never, ever, ever. Morning, Jackie Chaiton, Ralda Courtney. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you for the messages of condolences to Debbie. Sean Henry, good morning. Jennifer Lawrence, good morning. So, let's talk this morning. And before I do, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody. So, Bobby, Bobby was waiting for me and hoping that I won that award because first thing, Bobby had a screenshot to show me that he voted for me to win the media awards last night. Bobby, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much for voting. But I just want to take time out to say thank you so much to everybody who took the time to vote for me in those at the for the media awards last evening. Um, this journey has not always been an easy one, and you know I was talking to the press secretary last evening, and she was like, "How do you do it? You know, what keeps you going?" And I'm like, left up to the fans, no, but I guess over the years it has changed, and so much so it's like it's more of the love of what I do. And when you truly love and you're passionate about whatever field you're in, it never feels like a job. And I think I've said this numerous times. That's why I always encourage people, do not just seek employment for a salary, because every day it will seem like you're doing two jobs. To get up one to go to that job, and you never give 100% of yourself because you go there already disgruntled, you don't like what you do, but you're getting paid at the end of the week or fortnightly or whatever the case might be, or monthly, so you make it work. It may not work out that way for everybody, but try as best as you can to always get it into a career that you're passionate about. So the money is almost like a bonus. You're getting paid to do what you love to do. And I think that is what has kept me going. Been tempted to throw in the towel a lot of, a lot of the times over the years, because putting your life out there and people who put themselves up for service, like in the public eyes, it's never easy because everything you do, you're scrutinized. You're not allowed to be human. You're not allowed to make mistakes. It's like you're placed on a different pedestal. And at the end of the day, I don't think that's fair. Blood still flows through our veins. Our heart still beats. We're still humans first before whatever job we do. So we're inclined to make mistakes, because if you get a pass and you make what makes me immune, you know better just as well. So the excuse, well, you should know better. We all know better, but we all make mistakes. So what is your excuse? You want a pass for making mistakes and doing stuff that you know is wrong, but somebody else who is out there, according to society standards, shouldn't, because they ought to know better. And then the double standards and the hypocrisy is something that you have to come to like terms with, and be like, you know what, at the end of the day, you do, you don't do, you'll be damned. So you just do what you got to do and try as best as you can to, live a life that, you're comfortable and you're happy with, because that's what matters the most. You have to be happy and comfortable with what you do, because when you're called up to answer, you're only answering for yourself. You're not answering for what Jackie did, like coming down in Grenada and going with Car Wash Man. I don't have to stand and answer questions for that. I can only pay for my sins. But as the story goes, we love pointing fingers because maybe it somehow takes away from our lives and what's our shortcomings and what's not going on and what have you. And that's what it is. But I wanna use this opportunity now because amidst something that was meant to celebrate journalists and media workers, it's almost like every time there's something beautiful, we have to turn it into something ugly. Like, we can't just let people shine and have their moment and, just be happy for people. It's like y'all have to pay to be happy, and it's free. Happiness is free. It's like some of y'all just thrive on being upset or being disgusting, for want of a better word, for what? For two chuckles, two laugh, two likes, and then what? Your life is still what it is. Nothing has changed for you on a personal level. It takes nothing to be kind. And we can sit here and talk about up, 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 but as long as we don't change our mentality as a people, up, up, up will just be a slogan. It'll just be a phrase. It'll just be a word that sounds good, but in reality, we're not practicing it. And it defeats the purpose to be singing, we're going up, 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 and up, and mentally, we're not there yet. We're pulling people down, 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 but we're singing up, up, up. Make it make sense. We enjoy that song so much. We enjoy, singing, we're going up, 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 up. If there's 5 up to it, we add 10 more to it. That's how much up we're going. But in the same vein, we're tearing each other down, 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 down on a daily. And the same people you see singing up, up, up are the same people you see tearing people down. And I don't get it. It's like we just say something because it sounds good, but we don't practice it. We don't. It makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. He says that's human nature. A problem is we don't accept human nature for what it is. We need to learn to accept nature for what it is. Morning, Melvin. Thank you so much. Joel Shop, thank you. Well, I appreciate the kind sentiments. Like I said, it wasn't an easy journey getting here. And to be recognized for your worth, it's for your work, it feels good. But I want to talk a bit about that awards that happened last evening. And sitting there, I haven't been to a media awards in years, and I wonder why. And I wasn't about to go to this one either, but thanks to you know Denise Parkland guy, as always, for pushing me and insisting that I attend, because apparently she knew something I didn't, and I'm like, what, let me just go. But I haven't been to a media awards in years because I've always felt like it needed revamping to include everybody, not just print and news, but mm, DJs, personalities, talk show hosts. And I was part of the organization, and I just left because I felt like it was more targeting people with news, journalism. And what about us on radio? We have how many radio stations, how many media practitioners, how many radio personalities, how many DJs, talk show hosts, even now we have social media. We have people who do their stuff on social media, and I felt like that should be included. So it's and after I realized it wasn't like really going in, I just stopped going and I stopped, participating. But listening last evening, I'm not sure how many of you on my live now were on the live, listening to, the president, etc., and other media workers who were there in conversation after the event with the media workers. Um, I know they come for a lot of blows. And one thing I realize, we don't like the truth. The truth makes people uncomfortable. People rather you lie, people rather you dance around and stories and, mamagism. People don't like when you speak the truth. You like today if you like what they like, and you hate it tomorrow if you don't support what they support. That again, I guess, maybe human nature. But the point remains, and this has been that way for years. And listening to them, it's basically a bunch of young media practitioners who may not necessarily have the guidance and the support that they need. And people sit on lives and sit at press conferences and, just lambaste them. But do people ever ask the question, are you aware of some of the conditions that media workers face on a daily basis? Whether their place of employment, the lack of support, the lack of materials to work with, information technology is the go, equipment, and a lot of folks work in newsrooms where they're still using outdated equipment, where, and one of the most important thing is compensation. Let's just forget for a moment their job and put it as, okay, you working, right? Just ordinary you, an ordinary person going to work, and they're not compensated properly. Do you go in there every morning feeling, hype and eager to work, knowing that you're not properly compensated? You're working, you're busting your tail, but you're not being paid properly. Do you go there every day and give your best, give 100%? Or do you feel like, you know what, I'm not being paid, I'm getting $50, so you're getting 50% of my time? So that goes back to the point I was making, that when it comes to other people, we have all the answers, but when it comes to ourselves, we react how we want to react. But we want to tell other people how they should do their jobs and how they should be and how they shouldn't be. Years ago, I was told, listen, when I started teaching and I realized, you know what, I can't deal with this. I don't have the patience to deal with these children. They head hard. They're not listening to me. I don't have the patience. So before, the police comes and asks me question about people's children, let me leave that alone. I remember Paul Roberts saying to me, listen, this isn't a field you make much money in. You're young, and if you're making money and you're thinking about a career, I suggest you find something else to do on the side, because you don't get much in this in this career. But I developed a love and a passion for it, so I decided, you know what, let me see where this takes me. And with over 20 something years in media, she's probably going to kill me for saying this or putting her business out there, but the floor is mine this morning. It took me coming to Power 95 to truly understand what it meant to be compensated properly for doing your job. And it's what, 8 years? Yes, so 8 years out of the 20 something years. And that is a chance I'll never ever regret. Like leaving somewhere you were sure on your pay every month and taking a chance on something new. And it's something I'll never ever ever regret, because it's when I came here, and I'm not saying this because whatever, because I'd rather not say anything if I have to lie. But the truth is, and this is the God honest truth, I don't need nothing, so I don't need to play nice or whatever. Everybody know me. I'm moody. I do my work. I leave. Nobody bothers with me. So I don't need to play nice. But it honestly took me coming here to understand what it meant to be properly compensated, paid for your work. And that's not the only thing. There might be times we have stuff to do outside of radio events, and you'll probably think, well, that is part of your job, so that falls under whatever you're getting paid. No. You're compensated even more for anything you do outside of that. Listen what I'm saying. You're paid monthly. But if I were to do what you saw me see me outside with a mic talking to somebody, or I'm getting paid extra for that. Because the buck stops with the management who understands that when you compensate people, you, one, earn their trust, their respect, their loyalty, and you go over and above for them. You don't come here sucking your teeth. And if you guys have been paying attention, you would realize that our staff has remained the same, with the exception of one or two who have left for greener pastures, and that is okay. But it has never been because people has been disgruntled. We have almost the same team from 8 years ago up to this point. So I just want to make that point in reference to other media practitioners who can't say that. And one of the biggest issues is that of not being compensated well or properly and having to work on the, you think it easy in standing in front um a press conference and you have people in the comments saying all sort of stuff, not knowing what you're going through, not knowing what's happening behind the scenes. Some of them are literally self-trained. Others who probably would take it upon themselves to, go study journalism or communications or whatever. But for the most part, you're just thrown into a newsroom and you're left to swim. You'll probably be told what to do, so and so. And if you have a knack for it or a passion for it, that's how you develop yourself and you get better. And again, it seems as though we've lost all sense of empathy, because if you're not asking what you want to hear, or because you support a particular party or whatever, that person is this or the other. Like the young lady who is new to journalism, new to media, who tried a hand at it, and the way you all were in the comments tearing her down and not even giving her an opportunity to learn, to grow. Y'all don't motivate people at all out here. If your back isn't broad and you don't have self-esteem and confidence, and the rate things are going, pretty soon with the little, because it's not a field that you see much young people coming into, because like I said, one, the pay for some of them is nothing to speak of. So we don't have much young people coming into the field. So whatever who's there, probably leaving to go do other things or not enthusiastic about it, so it's whatever. So pretty soon you'll just have people coming on, and some of you seem to prefer that because based again on who you support, you'll have no problems with our elected parliamentarians just sitting in front of us and just telling us whatever, and there's nobody to ask them any questions. I just wish, we wouldn't be so caught up in the green and the yellow and the red and whoever, and more think about what's best for country, regardless of who we like and who we support. Because the hypocrisy and the biases, it always shows its head based on who's there. And I long for a day when we can just be unbiased, regardless of who's standing and sitting in front of the mic. Just be totally unbiased and just be for country and be for up, and understand that this isn't just about who you support. At the end of the day, even though you may not have voted for who, they're still representing all of us. It might be a wish, but one can wish. But they say if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. One could only wish. But these media practitioners that you see, they're demotivated, they're not compensated well, they're not trained properly, but they're still doing it because they like it. They love it. A lot of them you see in it is because of the love. We have all the stalwarts, all the folks who've been in media for years. Where are they now? They've left, either in other countries or out of media totally. So who's supporting them? Who's encouraging them? Again, is the love. It's the love. Eddie, good morning. I did not see you. Good morning, my friend. The language are structured and well ordered. May God continue to bless them every time. Listen, they're in my prayers every day. Nothing better happens to those two people, I swear. They're in my prayers every single day, because it takes people who understand and truly understand the meaning of managing and people, you know? So you have to understand that, hey, when you're working in such an environment, you can't come and give 10% today. Hello, leave that 10% outside and make sure you walk through the door with your 100%. There are days I don't feel well. Time of the month, I want to be home with a hot water bottle on my stomach. But I come here and you wouldn't know. You perform because you feel like you owe it to them to give your best. And there's a lot of people who are in managerial positions and don't know jack squat about managing. And that is where Edward Frederick needs to come in and start offering training for managers, not just for staff. But there's a lot of people in managerial positions that don't know jack squiddly about managing people. They could barely manage themselves. I've never had a confusion here. How many more places can say we don't argue, we don't have confusion, we don't have people watching one another bad eye and side eye? We don't have that here because that's not the environment that was created. Everybody understands their role. There's a chain of order that you follow. So there's nobody fighting for anything. How many of us go to work and boss buying drinks and pull up the fridge? And you hear you in studio, and when you feel to drink according to the man a beer, you go in the fridge and drink something, or you, if you want something harder than that. One of these days I need to take you all in the kitchen to show you the newly set up bar. The newly set up bar. With all sorts of, if I used to drink alcohol, listen, I'll be coming on here every day and cussing you all out, and I'll be like, I'm under the influence. One of these days I'll probably try that. But where do you go and see that? So you need to have your staff motivated. They need to be compensated well. Imagine in this day and age in Grenada in 2024, working for $1,500 a month. A whole month. Mr. Horridge, 15, 12, 1,000. $1,000 a month. Like, especially if you, and even if you do drive, half of that is gas if you're coming from the outer parishes. So sometimes we just take everything at face value and we don't really pay attention to why people do what they do and how they do it. And that is not no excuse, because if you're hired to do a job, you have to give it your best shot. But I'm just saying there are mitigating factors that influence some of these workers and some of these people you see in a field that you seem to think is easy and I can do that. It takes a lot to stand in front or ask questions. It's not as easy as it looks. Eddie says, come to work with your best self and not your whole self. Exactly. 30 to 31 days you have to wait to collect that. So the basic salary is 1,200. Giselle Moses says, I long for that kind of work environment. Well, we full up. We are looking for no new people does bring new problems. So we good at what we have. Marisha says those people like that like to micromanage people when they don't know the work. So to cover up, they target and intimidate workers. There's a lot of that going on. Plus, you have to deal with sexual harassment. Manager telling you, watching you had. You looking good today and passing and brush against you for no reason at all. I'm telling you, there's a lot that people go through. And he said, we pull up. Yeah, we pull up, Papa. Because not only that, work ethics is something a lot of people don't have, especially young people. And it's a lot of work we have to do on people. We have to work on our people, our mindset. Imagine something so simple as somebody posting, let's see my time, okay. Posting, hey, carry Molly today, boy. Coming in with a routine hand and coconut water. So imagine you would see business places posting vacancy, employment opportunities, and they'll detail, what the positions are and what you need to do. And under said post, you'll see people asking, how much are you paying? I'm interested. Not even interested. I'm interested. What and I've heard several complaints of people actually inboxing or messaging they're sending their resumes through messenger. I'm like, and these are same people you would have on their lives having the most to say. So before you think you're employable, you're supposed to make sure that you are. There's a lot of people who want work, but they're not employable. Their demeanor, they don't understand that, hey, this is This is somebody's business. This is somebody's investment. And they're allowing me to be part of it. When you see everything is, oh, I'm just working, going up on the workers that you would see. And don't let me get started up in the zoo. Don't let me get started up in the zoo. The attitude, the attitude of some, note I said some, it needs an overhaul. I don't know how and when. It looks as though we have to send Eddie again up in the zoo. Y'all know where the zoo is? Yeah. Where we used to have the zoo back in the day with two little monkey and little pig and two little parrots. Where we have that big building up in the zoo. We need to send it's so there's a lot of work we need to do. So when we start coming down on journalists and acting as though they're the only ones not, there's a lot. A lot from the way they respond. Nobody's answering the phone. If they do manage to answer, it's attitude. Like, you're disturbing me. Why are you here? Don't you have anything else to do but to come bother me? It's a lot. So, like I said, we can sing all the up we want, and unless we don't make a 360 change, a turn in our attitudes and our mentality, that beautiful song is for nothing. She just says they're employable, but to do what? They want to be honest with themselves. No, people just want to get paid. They don't want to be employed. They just want to be paid. Pay me. I don't even want to do anything, but just pay me. And last, before I leave, I know if it's fame some of our leaders want. Because according to my good friend Gucci Vuitton, when you look or click on certain profiles, those of you body shaming people, and I see Jude put a comment under one of them things saying people look like soap front. I don't know what soap front look like. But Jude's comment was, if body shaming people and you look like soap front. I don't know. Soap front is like wobbly, whatever, like no shape whatsoever. Yo, I swear somebody's gonna punch this boy in his mouth. But my point remains: those of you who go under people's lives and take something amazing, and I was looking at some of the comments. I went home and I was just going through some of the comments from, the media awards last evening, and it's like some of you honestly look for fame, like this need and thirst for relevance. And you know what's the hurtful part? I could understand if it's men that are doing those things, but you know what's hurtful? It's actually women. Like, we don't go through enough, like we don't have to deal with enough, that we think we need to project our insecurities or whatever on other people. The amount of you I saw making references to people's weight and going so far as to saying people should lose weight and do what? Do you know if these people have medical conditions that prevents them from losing the weight to please you? And if you just stop for a second and put yourself in those people's shoes, think about it. How would you feel if somebody did that to you? Because we aren't all pleasing to everybody. There are certain things that people may not like about you. Your head might be too big to a person. Your leg might be too skinny. You might be too this. We're always too something to somebody. And even if you feel a way about a person, why are we so comfortable body shaming people? Using a national forum, using a live. And these are people who will, when they see same people in public have nothing to say to them, would not be as brave to go to a person and say, hey, you need to lose weight, you do this, you do that. You all always lose sight of something that's important and turn it into something that's messy. We're supposed to be going up and up and up. And that is part of going up and up, elevating our thinking and our behaviors and the way we are with people. If you have nothing good to say, the old saying of say nothing at all still applies. But some of you, like, you see the live button, you see somebody's live, and you just get excited. Like, y'all looking for fames, and this is my opportunity to be the clown of the moment. So let me shine, let me perform. The only thing I don't have right now is my big red nose, but I have my fingers. So let me perform and, just drag people for no reason at all. People have done absolutely nothing to you. And y'all can take this and turn it into whatever, but I told y'all this year, this year of the Lord 2024, no boy, girl, eat, drink, thing, animal, country is going to affect my peace. I'm officially in my quiet era. I'm going to say what I have to say when I need to say it, and that's about it. No pulling out, no drawing out, no getting people to perform when you pull their button or pull their strings or go back and forth. Y'all can do that, but I won't be doing that. Because, like I said, it's what, the year of the dragon in China? Or is the year of peace with Aruna? That's my only priority. Say what I have to say, and that's it. So, for those of you who were performing on that live and making fun of other women's looks and bodies, I hope you feel good about yourself. I hope you're in the perfect health, you're in the perfect shape, and I wish nothing but the best for you. But bear in mind, what you don't like, other people may like it, and vice versa. And it is not cool or kosher to call out somebody on their weight because you don't know why or how they're the way they are. You just don't know. If it's a health situation preventing them from losing, gaining, there are a number of reasons people lose and gain weight. And even if they are, and it's not a health issue, it is still not my place or your place unless I'm directly related to a person or close friends of a person and I see that it may be a health concern to just on their life talk about. So you think people don't feel bad enough? You think because somebody's big that they're okay with themselves? Who says that they have not tried to lose weight or done things to lose weight? You don't know that. I don't know that. You don't know what they're struggling with, what health concerns they're struggling with. So y'all act as though people just get up and say, you know what, let me just, gain weight, or let me just be, plus size because I want to be, without even knowing. And that is not okay. That is not okay. It's like we've lost all, when it comes to how other people feel. We couldn't care less once we get our 2 laughs in and, we figure that we get 2 likes or whatever from it. And it's the same set of you singing up, 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 like I said. And I don't understand how up, up, up for one thing. At the end of the day, Grenada is nothing without us. So Grenada could not go up, down, or anything without us. Imagine just sitting back and watching bush grow all over the place. Grenada could cut itself. It could clean up itself. It could build itself. If we didn't do anything as a people, everything we see would be in a state of decay. There'll be bush growing everywhere, and it'll just be a mess. But when people come here and they love this rock, when people come here and they love the beauty, they love everything about it, it's we. So there's no up, up, up if we are not the ones doing the up, up, up and pushing the up, up, up. So we could sing it, we could love the song 24/7, and if we are not the ones doing it, it makes no sense. So I'm pleading and praying that moving forward, that at least we'll see a change. Even though your mind or your fingers are tempted to do it, restrain yourself. Have the control to say, you know what, I might hurt this person's feelings. If it were me, I would not like it. Let me not do it. That's all. If you're tempted to be nasty or mean, just say, you know what? Okay, let me step away from. Sometimes I wish they would remove that feature from lives. And I don't think that's the reason why it was created. It was created so we could connect, we could interact. But it wasn't to be a bully and to bully people. That was not what it was intended for. And a lot of you are grown bullies every single day. And then when people react and respond, you the worst. You this, you that, or the other. But y'all don't see when you do the pushing, pushing, pushing. When you keep poking a bear in its mouth or you keep poking a dog, what do? Not turn around to bite you? When people react, oh, you should know better or you should be better because you're this and you're that and the other. So I'm making a call again, please. We don't know people's situation. We don't know people's health situation. We don't know people's mental situation. It takes nothing from us to be kind. Yeah? It takes absolutely nothing from us to be kind. There are some of you who are just, you just enjoy being that way for no reason because you don't get paid for it. You don't gain anything from it. Your bills are still your bills. What do you get from it except that 2 minutes of satisfaction that, oh, I was able to make somebody get a reaction? You don't get anything from it. We don't know people's stories. We see people, we don't know what they're going through on a daily. Functionally, let me read Eddie's comment before I go. Functionally illiterate people should not be able to speak. If you look around, such people without capacity for anything always talk the most. Yep. Time and time again. Nothing constructive to offer. Something so meaningful. People being awarded and for their field of work. And we have to turn it around and make it into something because you don't like a person for whatever reason and you feel, you know what, you have access to a computer or a phone or whatever it is. There's a lot of people projecting out here. So folks, duck. Duck. Practice the duck. Too many people out here are busy projecting their unhappiness on others, their miserableness on others, instead of working on healing and fixing their issues. And that is what I'm doing, putting in the work on myself. And you have to put in the work on yourself. Identify the source of your unhappiness, what triggers you, and work on that instead of projecting on other people who has done absolutely nothing to you in any way, shape, or form. Work on your healing, work on fixing your issues. Too many of you are projecting. And unless you do that, you'll continue to project and feel like you're making strides. And it's not going to happen. So pelt all the stones you may. I've learned to duck. None is going to connect. When you get to a point where you're confident, you know who you are, it's one of the best places you can ever be. I wish I had gotten here sooner, but I mean, it's all part of living and part of your journey. We don't always get the same place at the same time. But I love it here. Not being bullied or intimidated. You speak when you feel like, and then you stay quiet when you have to. But it's not because you're afraid. It's just a choice that you make to not be drawn into everything. That's all. When you fully understand who you are and your purpose, nothing and nobody can intimidate you or make you feel less or more or whatever. That's on you. Absolutely nothing. You know your light, go towards it. A lot of us have the ability to up, as someone said to me this morning, up life's humanity, and we're not stepping into our power. We prefer to use it to bash and discriminate and bully. But we all have our purpose on this rock, or wherever you are listening to me right now, we all have our purpose, each and every one of us. We weren't created just for creation's sake. We all have our purpose. And a lot of you have not found your purposes yet. That's why you act the way you do. So I suggest that you take time. There's still time to find your purpose. And when you find it, you realize you've been wasting a lot of time on things and people that does nothing for your life, adds nothing for your life. Find your purpose. Find out why you're here. What is your why? Why are you here in this space? That is your homework. Sit and figure out what is your why. And when you do, the things that attracted you or the things that you concerned yourself about before, you'll sit back and be like, look at the amount of time I wasted. All right? Find your purpose. On that note, I bid you all adieu. Eddie, it was a pleasure having you in the company. Haven't seen you here in a while. Imagine, look at the topic you were here for. I thank you so much. You're a good one as well. And that's what, and one final thing, that's what people need to do. When you don't surround yourself with people who can push you, who can elevate you, who can tell you when you're wrong. A lot of you are surrounded by people who cheer you on and don't say to you, don't do that, you know? And it's funny because last week when I went to the Inland Revenue, there were two young men came in to sort of his license. One and the other one was waiting for him. And one was telling the other one, boy, go in the front of the line. And he was trying to say to him, no, I met these people here. I can't go up. And actually pressuring him to go to the front of the line in this bad boy way, boy, go in the front of the line. If it was me, I come out here already. And he looked at, and I was just looking at him, and he looked back at me, and you could see he was tempted, but he stood firm. And the guy was like, you know what? I ain't staying here with you. And he left. And then I turned to him and I'm like, good. I'm like, when you know better, you do better. And I'm like, you know better, right? He was like, yes, miss. I know I meant all you here. I couldn't. And I'm like, you know what you need to do? Watch the friends you keep, because they can drag you to the depths of hell if you're not careful. And when you were the one in trouble, he would be outside recording and videoing and laughing at you. So I'm happy that you stood up and say, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I met these people here. So for the rest of you, you can continue to be sheep and follow along blindly, or you can go to the front of the line, be a leader, and stop letting people push you and feel like you're programmed. All right? Do what you may with these words. I said what I said, and I'm done. Have a great Monday, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the forenoon. Thank you so much to our friends at Beacon Insurance for powering up our Monday. I'll see you guys tomorrow.